Hello world, what's going on, man? How y'all doing? It's another blessed day. You already know how I feel. If you wake up this morning, if you woke up this morning and you're breathing, it's another blessed day. How y'all doing? I'm about to get into this story with y'all, man. I'm gonna tell y'all about the last time I went to jail and what I was arrested for and the whole scenario. Here we go. Okay. It's 2019. It's 2019. And I'm working at the New Orleans airport. They putting up the new airport, MSY, and making real good money over there. Making real good, I'm talking about some nice bread. It's beautiful. And I'm saying that because there's no reason for me to be in the streets. Anything that you do over there, you're going to get paid for it. You could be hired as a plumber, but if plumbing don't have no work that day, and you help put up some windows, then you get paid for window installing. If you work the forklift, then you get paid that day for being a forklift operator, which is one of the things that I did. Now, I was a general laborer, so I did all type of stuff. Sometimes I would go help the plumbing because I'm a plumbing apprentice also. I did that. I did a lot of general cleaning. I did forklift operating. I did some heavy lifting, a lot of cleaning. I love working at that new airport, man. Man, that airport is really, really huge down here in New Orleans. Man, we got lost in that sucker. We got lost in that airport a few times. I don't know. Like, being there a while, you had to get used to it. When we first started working at that airport, man, we got lost a bunch of times. That's how big it is. That airport is really big. And I enjoy working there. I enjoy working with the staff that was working there. I got to shout out Job One, because of Job One, that is an organization in New Orleans that help people get jobs. Job One, I tilt my hat to y'all, man, because y'all helped me get that job and put me in place and got me hired. But oh man, we was making some nice bread over there. And we getting paid every week. Our checks were nice working over there, man. So, like I said, there wasn't no reason for me to be in the streets. But we working from 7 to 3 every day. Every day, 7 to 3. Very seldomly, we would stay to 4 or 4:30, sometimes 5, very seldomly. Majority of the time, 7 to 3. Majority of the time, I mean, that's our work hours. You get a lunch break. I mean, lunch break wasn't but 30 minutes, 12 to 12:30. That's it. Got to get back at it. So your best out was bringing your lunch to work. If you had a vehicle, you could leave and come right back. But, man, listen, it was a nice job. I enjoyed it. But I'm uptown in the hood, around the Melph project where I'm from. There's a store on the corner. We call it the Brothers. It's on the corner of Martin Luther King and Magnolia. And I used to go to that store sometimes in the morning and get my breakfast sandwich. The breakfast sandwich, I'm crazy about this breakfast sandwich, is a pork link, egg, and cheese on toast. That's been my sandwich, my breakfast sandwich for a minute now. Pork links, egg, and cheese on toast. And they had a guy in there with dreads in his hair. Everybody called him Black. He would always fix our sandwiches. You know, when he see you, you go in there long enough, because when he see me, like, I got you, I know what you want. So he gonna put it together for me. He said, man, I got like 4 or 5 people ahead of you, so you might want to wait a while. I'm like, cool, I ain't tripping. I'm gonna go walk across the street and holler at a friend of mine. So I walked across the street, like I said, and went hollered at a guy that I kind of grew up with. Now, he's originally off Baron Street, but he started hanging with one of the guys out the Melph, you know, doing his little thing, hustling or whatever. He in the streets, he doing his thing. Now, I'm not in the streets at this time. I ain't doing no hustling or none of that. I'm working, going inside, chilling, whatever. But the reason why I'm going to holler at him is because we're going to have a conversation about something that's going on with my sister. My sister was doing her thing, you know, and he was real cool with my sister, and he wanted to have a conversation with me about something that we both did not agree with. So it's about 6:30. Nah, it was earlier than that. Yeah, it's about 6:30. Yeah, it's about 6:30. It's about 6:30, going on 7. Yeah, because I actually called and told him I was gonna be late. So we going back and forth, we talking, we running, we shooting the breeze. A truck pulled up. A green flatbed truck, 2 guys in it. They got strapped on the back of the truck. Now, when the guys get out the truck, something don't sit right with me with these guys, because they coming to buy drugs. Now, their clothes are filthy dirty. They look raggedy, but they have some brand new looking shoes on. It looked like they took some baby powder and slapped it on their neck to make themselves look ashy. Because that's how it looked. It just ain't look right. Now, at first, before they got out the car, they were calling him to the truck and asking him, you know, what's up? What's happening? What y'all got? What y'all doing? So I let him do all the talking because I ain't doing nothing. But when he said what he got and they say what they want, they asked me, what you got? I'm saying, well, I ain't got nothing. Y'all deal with him. He good. He straight. Y'all holler at him. So he makes the transaction with him. They pull off. Now, understand, this guy, he's on drugs. So when he made it $20, he walked over to the other store on the other side of the street that sells food. Well, it's soul food. They sell comfort food, red beans and rice. We call it Manchu, but it's the Saints Manchu. He went in there, got something to eat, got a little something, come out, you know, chilling or whatever. He turned around. He said, I'm about to go upstairs and handle my little business. I'm like, all right, cool. I got to wait for my sandwich. So I'm standing in front of the house that we in front of. He went up there to go take care of his little business. Man, about 10 minutes later, the police come back. When the people come back, they like, where your boy at? I'm like, I don't know where your boy at. The same dude with them dirty clothes on and them kind of sort of brand new tennis got out and was like, where your boy at? I don't know where your boy at. You ain't gonna tell us where he at? Man, y'all better do your job. Investigate. I ain't telling you nothing. Oh yeah? Well, if you don't tell us where he at, this gonna be your distribution. I'm like, man, bro, miss me with all that. I automatically slap went off. Man, you're not about to charge me with nothing because I ain't deal with y'all. I ain't even talk to y'all. Like, man, go ahead, man, get out of my face with all that. They're like, all right, we got you. So I went to walk off and the other guy got out and he grabbed me. They took my ID. Took my ID, wrote my information down on a piece of paper, said, yeah, we gonna holler at you. I said, y'all ain't gonna holler at me. I'm not worrying about none of that what y'all talking about, man. Man, I promise you, 2 weeks later, them people had me warning in the paper for distribution of crack cocaine. Now, you feeling like how I'm feeling, like how? How is that possible? They wrote, now this is why I'm glad they got the consent decree in New Orleans right now. I got to tell y'all something. New Orleans has one of the most corrupt police forces in America. Now they have cleaned it up a lot because of the consent decree that they're under right now. So they got to abide by all the rules and regulations. Ain't no stop and frisk and all that and just calling you to the car and just because they feel like you're doing something. Just no. You have to do the police work now to get somebody doing something. Like you really got to set up and watch and pay attention or catch somebody making a transaction. When before the consent decree came, they wasn't doing it. They wasn't doing it by the book. They were just grabbing you, putting charges on you, doing all type of stuff. That's why I'm glad the consent decree is in place right now. Because before that was in place, man, NOPD was doing all type of stuff to people, man. I'm talking about rocking bad. Been putting charges on people bad, man. But anyway, they wrote the police report up like I gave dude the drugs to give to them. That's how they wrote the police report up. They wrote the police report up like I gave him drugs and he gave it to them and made the money. Now with distribution, with a charge of distribution, You need some mark money, audio, video, something, or somebody saying that you sold them something. Man, y'all ain't gonna deal with me at all. Period, point blank. I ain't do no hand-to-hand, none of that. None of that. So how could y'all charge me with distribution? But here's the plea. I'm in jail. I go to jail. It's my attorney, it's the DA, and it's a detective. They come see me. They call you, I'm on the tip or the dorm, whatever way y'all want to call it. They say you have an attorney visit. I'm like, I got an attorney visit? I ain't got no attorney visit. They're like, yeah, you got an attorney visit. So I go down there, and like I said, they down there and they talking about, they got 2 different envelopes. They open up the envelope. Your boy who I was standing next to, they got his picture and his little paperwork, and the guy that he hustles for, the guy that got him in the streets doing this thing, they got his picture. They like, well, we want you to give us him. They're going to lead us to get to him, and then you'll go home. What? Y'all serious? When you talking about hot, burnt up, I was fish grease hot. If you know how hot fish grease get, man, I was fish grease hot. I was fuming. I went off on my lawyer. I went off on the DA. I went off on the detective. Man, I went off on the deputy that brought me down there to the attorney visit. Man, y'all not about to have me in no situation like that, man. Get me up out of here. Man, listen, I ended up taking 10 years with good time because I didn't rap. They wanted me to rap, but I wouldn't do it. I ended up taking 10 with the good. Now, 10 years with good time, you're going to do 3.5 years on that. You get 10.5 years in New Orleans on drug charge, you're going to do 3.5 years. Now, when you get incarcerated, you can earn good time credits. Meaning you get out of free. You go to these different classes, you get your good time, you get off, a little earlier. Now, the law says you can only earn a year worth of good time. But because it was my first drug conviction, I could earn 1.5 years worth of good time. And that's what I did. So I only ended up doing 2 years. That's how I did the 2 years from 2019, and I come home January 22. Man, listen, you really have to think for yourself and the person next to you. You got to think for everybody around you. Real talk. I told this man numerous of times not to deal with those people. I'm like, man, don't do that. Don't even mess with that. Leave the people alone, man. But because he wanted to go get loaded and do what he wanted to do, he still did it. Now, what I should have did was when he insisted on dealing with that, I should have just walked off and got my breakfast sandwich and left. I shouldn't even stayed there. But it is what it is. But I ended up Joseph doing them 2.5 bad. But everything happens for a reason. Everything. I learned a lot. During those 2.5 years I did, I learned a lot. And I learned a lot about a lot of people. But that was the story of the day, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I would like for y'all to like the video, subscribe to the channel, man, and comment if you want, man. Y'all holler at me. It's been wonderful. I thank y'all. I appreciate your love and the support. Ripper, a.k.a. Skip out the Melph, signing off. Y'all have a blessed one.